Hi guys, welcome back to my channel. Today we're going to be doing a brow tutorial with one half of the Benefit Goof Proof in the shade number 5. Then on the other brow I'm going to be using a beauty supply store pencil, you know, the ones that are just at the front, no particular shade, just brown with the sharpener. I'm going to be using one of those, and I'm just going to give you guys a side-by-side tutorial. I guess it's like half expensive versus affordable. So if you want to see how I achieve this look, then you can keep on watching. Also today I'm going to be giving you a tiny story time about how I burnt out my boyfriend's microwave after attempting to cook for the first time. Okay, bye. Don't forget to like, comment, and subscribe. Hey guys, welcome back to my channel. I'm sorry. Okay, so today I'm going to be doing my brow tutorial. I'm going to do one half with the Benefit Goof Proof and the other half with this is like a random pencil from the hair store, because sometimes, you know, like you don't need to like drop a bag on stuff just to get, you know, your makeup done. And today I'm going to be doing like a tiny story time about how I burnt out a microwave during my first 7 days of a 2-month trip. So let's get started. I'm going to use the Benefit on my right eye, and I'm going to use this random brown one on my left eye. So I'm going to use the spoolie from the Benefit Goof Proof on both. You can use one of those mascara ones you get when you like get your lashes done or something. It doesn't need to be a spoolie from this. Just comb out your brows. You can comb them upward, and then when you get to the corners you can go downward, right? So basically I would have traveled like a few months ago. This is early in the year, like in May, and I was going to see my boyfriend, and we were having this argument for a few months about cooking and, like, you know, like traditional house rules versus modern house rules, like what you do, man versus woman, wife versus husband, etc. We're not married, just this is just a conversation we were having. And I'm like, man, woman, if you need to eat, you will cook. If you wanna wear clean clothes, you will wash. Simple, you know. But it was an ongoing feud between us because he's more like traditional, but in the sense that okay, how can I explain him? He is traditional, yet he does modern things. But if I kind of like explain my point of view, he would be like, oh, okay, I understand. And then he would probably, for the majority of the time, he would see my side and kind of like fall in line, I guess. Anyways, so we were having this feud, and we were like bickering otherwise before I came. And I told him that I'm not cooking, I'm not doing anything. I'm just gonna order food. I'm gonna do the Uber Eats. I'm gonna do the DoorDash, and that's it. So I brought up like rum and fish and cheese and mobby and whatever. And I was like, you know what? Even though I said I wasn't gonna do it, I'm actually going to cook. Not this Sunday, but I'm gonna cook the Sunday after, because it came a Saturday. So I said, oh, we could probably go to eat the next day, and then the week after, then we could and then I will cook, but I won't see anything, right? Okay, I'm gonna show you some brow stuff before I get into the heat of the matter. So what I want you guys to do is take the pencil and draw a line and follow the natural shape of your brow. If you have the tails of your brow like shaved off, just follow what you would like your brow to be. Then go at the top, do the same thing, follow the natural shape of your brow. Then when you get to the, what is this, the arch, you could either make it thicker, squarer, straighter, depends on what you want, right? And then you could just use little feather motions. And when you get to the front, you can do them upward. As you can see, I haven't really added a lot of product, but I basically created a lot of dimension just now with that alone. And I just take the pencil and fill in any like noticeable sparse areas. And then I take the other side of the spoolie and I just brush it through in the same direction as earlier. And we are done. So then on the other side, this is gross. It's fine. Just make sure that your pencil is sharpened. So we just do the same thing, but because the hair store, beauty supply store pencils are usually really dark, so proceed with caution. And if my eyebrow is like significantly darker than the other one, say nothing. Okay, this is a $3 eyebrow. If it's dark, well, let it be, you know. So I'm gonna do the same thing. I'm just gonna use a lighter handle and I'm going to fill in the bottom of my eyebrow. As you can see, it's already like, you know. And then I'm going to fill in the top and nothing is coming up. Okay. Gonna fill in the top. I'm just gonna create the arch where I want it. And again, you can go like this way, you can come down, you can make it shorter, longer, whatever makes you feel good inside, you know. And I would have created a little tail, and then I just take the pencil and give it some slight flicks, and when I get to the front, just use upward flicking motions. This is supposed to mimic a natural brow type of vibe when you flick it, as opposed to like doing it harsh. Not gonna lie, the hair store pencil is giving. Anyway, so I'm gonna use the spoolie from the Benefit Goof Proof again. I'm just gonna comb that out so it isn't so harsh. The harshness of it is kind of cute, to be honest, but that's not the look I'm going for. And this one is giving cousins that are really close. Cousins that are really close. So what I'm gonna do is just create more of an arch up here. And it kind of like balances out. It's giving Nike swoosh. So I think that once it's there, we have reached our destination. Honestly, if you were going to work or something, just, I mean, it's not the best, but if you're going to work, like, who cares, you know? And then I'm going to use the Too Faced I was looking for my Eyebrow font, but I can't find it, so I'm sorry. But just imagine both, one of the eyes under this one was Eyebrow in the shade fawn or whatever color is either darker or lighter than that. Right. So I'm gonna use this, like this applicator. I'm gonna come right here. And I'm gonna come like semi close to my brow, and on the other side I'm gonna do the same thing. Terrifying. Okay, now I'm going to use a concealer brush, and I'm just going to take that closer to the brow line and really carve out the brow. So I'm going to use a light hand. Doesn't have to be perfect, but try to be as precise as possible. Because when you start to make mistakes, you either have to make your brow smaller, or when you try to like correct the mistake, it looks dumb because the pencil over the concealer is too much. So try to focus and get it done like 8.5 out of 10 at least, right? So nice. So then I'm just going to use the concealer brush, and I'm going to kind of like stroke it downwards. And then I'm going to do the same thing on the other eye. I'm going to do that one off camera. Now we're back. Now I'm going to use a darker concealer. This is the shade Chestnut. I'm just going to do the reverse. So I'm just going to use the flat side of the brush and just okay, back to my story. So the Sunday now, so you know every Sunday is always like a big cut down, right? So cooking a lot of food, drinking, whatever. So I said, well, he had a Bajan dish in a while. Fine, right? So I'm not the best cook, by the way. My mom had to give me like we had to like go through like how to do rice, macaroni pie, how long to bake chicken, lamb, how to do mincemeat. It was real bad. So I have like all of those stuff like saved in Google documents, and I said that when I go up there, I'm gonna do like a big Sunday food, right? So anyways, he is a jogger, so Sunday morning he was up, he was out the door. So I said, I'm just gonna, hey maid, I see you got on your maid outfit like you always do, until he gets back. So I was grating cheese, I was doing sweet potato pie, I was baking chicken, I was frying fish, I was doing rice and peas, the whole works, right? Which to me is disgusting for me. For me as an individual, I'm not a big chef per se, right? Okay, so I'm doing the sweet potato pie, and it's very, very poppy. I would just say that it was very, very poppy. It was very soft, because the sweet potatoes in the States, I don't know, like when I boiled it, it came out too soft. Not saying it had nothing to do with me, but with or without me, it was still soft, right? So okay, so I decided that, oh, soft or not, it's still gonna taste good, and it did. And I did the rice, but I only know to do rice in a rice cooker. I only know to do rice in a rice cooker. So does my mom, so does my dad. So like, they taught me how to cook. So it's like, if they only know to use a rice cooker, by default, I only know to use rice. Only know to do rice in a rice cooker. So anyways, so I had to do it in a pot because he didn't have a rice cooker. So I was like, ah. And I was frying fish, so I had them seasoned up. I was like coating it in like egg batter, then the flour. After I seasoned it, it was supposed to be like really good. And I have an electric stove at home, so I usually have to wait pretty long for the stove to get hot when I'm like frying anything like chicken or fish. So I just assumed it was going to be the same thing by him. Right? So I was calling my mom to tell her, well, the rice looks weird, so it's creating a steam in the pot, right? But the rice is very, very, very wet, and it was in there very, very long, so it's watery and steaming, but the rice isn't cooked. So I was trying to ask her like what was wrong and what to do. So I called her on FaceTime, and as I was flipping it, like I flipped my camera so she could see the rice, and like in my peripheral, I saw the frying pan with the oil waiting for the fish to get hot, like do like this, like a sizzle. Alright, and I was like, nice, it was getting hot. So I was like, perfect, it's soon time for me to like start frying after I figure out the rice dilemma. So then, right, the frying pan like burst into flames, like, but when I tell you burst, like it was like, and like, so it was here, it was the stove here, and then it was like here. So naturally I panicked because I was like, so I was like I was freaking out. And then it started getting higher and higher. Then it started to like touch the microwave, because the microwave had like a thing where you could like turn on a fan, and it hit there, and then it started hitting the microwave, then it hit the roof in the apartment. So I was like, so he was at home, his roommate was in Atlanta, the other one was at work, because he was still at university still. So when I went, I was actually staying in his like 4-bedroom. Like, you know when they have like those shared space apartments for students, right? So I was in one of those with him, but nobody was there except for me and this roommate. He doesn't really come out. I didn't see any of them for the time that I was there, really. Probably like 3 or 4 times, and I was there for a while. So my boyfriend isn't there, obviously, so I was like knocking on the door for help, like a movie. Like I was like, help, help. I was like knocking on his door, I was like, help, right? So like he came out, he was like, ah, right? And I was like, so I had like went behind the island thing in his apartment, because I was like, should I go and get my stuff? Because technically they all live here, but I don't. Like, suppose this burns up my passport, my visa, like how do I get back home, right? So I was like, and then like it was like minding my parents, and I didn't bring like a whole set of clothes, so I had like little to nothing in my suitcase. So I was like, little to nothing is still something that I should probably go and like put a couple of my boyfriend's stuff in my suitcase so that we could like get out of here before this goes kaboom, right? But then I just stood, and like my mom and my dad are like, I hear them on my phone, and they're like, Camille, Camille, come in. I'm like, can't hear you, I'm too busy like shaking. So then the guy comes out. I don't know, because in my mind, I'm not going to put water on this fire. I do not want to get my face blown off. I do not want that. I do not want that, because I know if, right, when I'm frying nuggets or I'm frying bacon and I have like even a drop of water on my body and it touches that oil, it attacks me so viciously. It's so viciously. So I'm like, this is already a fire. If I put water in this frying pan, I am doomed. I am doomed, right? I don't know what the guy did. He started putting like these like tablecloths, like these kitchen cloths, like over it. And I'm like, you're gonna set the cloth also on fire. Come think, right? It worked. It worked. Then he like flew the he like chucked the frying pan in the sink, and the fire disappeared. The fire disappeared. You hear what I'm telling you? The fire disappeared, and it was like, so. He was real cool, and then I was calling my boyfriend and was like, hey, caused the fire, you should probably come back. And he, also by the way, the fire alarm is going off. It's going off. It's like and there's jet black. And there's jet black, and like I have like asthma, right? So it's like real bad, like, cause I'm panicking and I'm low key like this close to dying, right? So I'm like, so then like I called him, my mom is calling him, nobody's getting through, and I'm like, that your jog is not that good right now, that you can't hear me calling you. So I just went in the bedroom to get my hoodie so that I could like cover my face like to up to here, so that my nose and my mouth would be covered, because it was starting to get like, my chest was getting too tight. So I was like, alright, let me try to like fix this situation. His phone is in his room, and I'm like, why would you leave your phone in here with me, a non-chef? Why would you do that? Why would you do that? So he comes back and he said he smells smoke. He came in the apartment smiling. So at first I thought he had some, like, I thought his watch or something had like seen all the messages that I was sending him. He had nothing. He just thought that somebody else had caused the fire. And then he realized it was me, because his apartment had like white kitchen decor or whatever, like cabinets and stuff, jet black. So when he phoned me, was like on a step ladder, like we're like trying to like wipe it off and like sponge it off. It was real bad. It was really bad. So then I had made all that food, and then when we ate it, it was like ice cold because I burnt out the microwave. So when I looked at the microwave, like the microwave no longer had numbers. It no longer had any shape. It was bad. It was so ugly. I could not believe that that's what happened the first time I tried to like play the maid part. I was like, never again. And then I had like I was traumatized every time we had to go in the kitchen, because they didn't have, until they put back in the microwave, which was like 6 weeks later, like you had to like over the over when you're cooking. And I'm like, every time it sizzle, anytime like any type of anything smoke came up, I was ready to shut the whole operation down. Never want to eat. Just let me order food, because I don't want nothing to do with what is happening or about to happen. So I was traumatized for a while. So yeah, that's my story time on how I burnt out the microwave trying to be cool and nice to men. You know, the moral of the story is, leave men and their foolishness at the door. I'm just gonna blend out this concealer and I'm gonna come back, okay? Use a fluffy brush, or you can use whatever brush you want, and then you could just, you know, do like this. This routine is more so for if you were about to put on foundation. By the way, I would not recommend you leaving home with just your eyebrows done unless you have like perfect skin. I just think that like done eyebrows with no makeup on looks crazy on me. So I don't know how it will look on you, but it doesn't look good on me at all. So don't be afraid to go over the edges of your brow with the brush, because it always gives it a fluffier look.